town, downtown Pagosa Springs today, and we had another round of rain last night, so I thought you guys might want to see what the river looks like because it's pretty spectacular. If you've been to Pagosa the past couple summers, you know that like we have just been in a drought, a 20-year drought. So seeing this much water is really exciting. So I'm gonna flip the camera around. I'm at the end of the sidewalk. I can't go any further, and I'm gonna show you why, and then we'll walk back towards the hot springs and I'll give you guys a live glimpse of what that looks like because this is crazy. All right, so I'm at the end of the sidewalk. So those are the grow domes right there, and the water is totally over the sidewalk. And there's the hot springs resort. That's the new part, so it's above water and it's fine. And so there's the bridge to get over to the hot springs. And there's not as many people out and about today as there were whenever the flood first happened. This was like the most happening place. So now we're just gonna walk back, and this is the only strip of sidewalk open, and you'll see why when we get to the end. All right. So here is the original part of the hot springs. You can see they're working to clean it up, and the water is up to that sidewalk, and just past the sidewalk is the pool where you walk across the little rope bridge to the extra hot springs, or an additional hot spring, so you can see how high that water level is up there. And they're pumping it out. They got the sump pump running, and it's clouding up. It's been dry all day, but we're supposed to get more rain. There's another round that could come through. So as you guys know, I mean, generally this is not not this high. So there's the entrance to the hot springs. So you can see, like once you pay and you come out from the locker rooms, look how high the water is right there. And here's where it is from the sidewalk. So that's debris, but there's water under that. This is where I was walking when the police came down on Saturday and told us to evacuate. We had to go. So this sidewalk is cleared. But you'll see in a minute that at one point that it wasn't. The water is receding. It's going down from the crest last night. So look at that. Ooh, look, there's a big old piece of wood coming down. And 160 is open now. It had been closed. The highway was closed all the way to South Fork. You couldn't get over the pass. That may still be closed, I don't know. But the highway is open now where we can get through. I was able to get over to the post office and do what I needed to do. Oh, I just walked through. Oh, there's a newscaster here. I think I'm gonna mess up the shot. Oh well. So look here, you can see the debris through here. The water got all the way over the sidewalk. Am I messing things up for you? Okay. So this is what was really shocking to me. This is the hippie dip. So if you are ever hanging out here in the summer, this is where you play, this is where you fit, where you catch the little minnows, and we could walk across this last summer. So this is now totally submerged, and I'm really hoping all that hard work they did is still there once this recedes, because you guys know they put in all of these beautiful pools that were so wonderful. So I'm in the way of the newscaster, so I'm gonna just mosey on. So then this is the best part to me, is that if you look, hey. Hi.
We're gonna bid on Friday.
Oh, cool.
I would love for you to come.
I will.
Free.
I'm live on YouTube. I'll tell everyone, come to this. If you're in Pagosa, come to this. Thank you. So look at this. Okay, this is what took my breath away when I first walked down here. So you saw how the sidewalk was blocked over towards the grow domes. So now look. This is the bridge, if you're familiar with Pagosa, where the bear mural is. And then you would cross this bridge to get to the other hot springs. So I'm not gonna go past the caution because we don't want to live that life. But so do you see the bear mural, and the water is all the way up over that? And I'm pretty sure that this is the pirate ship park. I'm pretty sure it's still closed. They don't want people going through there. And then over there is the other hot springs, the one with the pipe. You know, the one with the pipe that pours hot water, and it's all underwater right now. So we'll see what that looks like, because that had been expanded too. If you guys want me to keep going, give me a like. I can go up over the bridge and show you guys what the other side looks like. So you can see where it's all washed out. All right, we're going. So this is my first time going live. Hi, Aaliyah. My son Silas had asked if I would take a picture for him, and I thought, oh, I don't really want to stop and get out. And then when I drove across the bridge and saw the river, I thought, oh yeah, I've got to get out. This is incredible. And then I thought, oh, I can go live. So here we are. So this is a really good vantage point. And so this was the bridge that everybody was evacuating off of, and then I'm pretty sure they were closing this down to keep people from getting back into the floodplain. You can see the debris. And I want to also acknowledge 90 homes have been destroyed, 2 completely destroyed out of Vallecito. So this is not just like for fun, you know, just a fun like, oh, this is cool high water. People have been impacted. And I can't go to the other side of the river, which would probably be a better, you know, a better sense of it, because it's all cautioned off. So I'll go to the crosswalk here and get over as close as I can. So this is the other side of the visitor center. So we were just walking on that sidewalk over there, and that's where we were. This parking lot was evacuated because the water was getting up really high. And we got kicked out of there on Saturday. When you live in an area that's been so drought stricken, you really get excited about water. So there's the Healing Water Hot Springs, and we're gonna just cruise over here. I guess people aren't too worried about the caution tape. There's people over there. So that's the other hippie dip, or Nathan's Hot Springs, whichever one it is. That is where, hi Ren. That is where, you know, that's Hot Springs. That's what we get in and play in. And then you can see the pirate ship park just beyond, how close the water is to that. Before, it was actually up higher, well into the mulch. So I don't know. Oh, let's see. Okay, the caution tape ends. They just don't want people parking in here, which is probably smart. So let's go see what's happening. I know there were a lot of people who came down to see, and they realized that the picnic tables were getting dangerously close to being swept away, and so people were frantically pulling them back. And I'd love to know how many times these picnic tables were pulled back out of harm's way. So this is, I think, called Town Center Park or Town Park, and normally the water is not this high. You can see how close it is. It's just wild. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this live stream. I've walked about as far as I can realistically walk. Keep the people who've lost their homes and who are evacuated from their homes in your prayers, because it's not going to be a quick fix. And I hope you guys stay tuned for our next video. Bye!